Serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on Congo.
American honor don't like no soldiers. For the spirit of the Lord, we don't like no soldiers. You understand me?
Saint, black, Hispanic, native, they hate y'all as the same. Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell, toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the U.P.K, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. U.P.K the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under YAHANNA, Amy murdered by them and got a hug from YAHANNA. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí.
Lord Commander General YAHANNA, I.S.U.P.K.
This is what Commander General YAHANNA did. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge.
That's right.
Robbed and murdered 77 million native Indians, 100 million blacks in the slave trade, you are responsible for the crimes of your forefathers. A lot of you white people walk around here like, I never had slaves. You were never a slave. I never had slaves. But you benefit for the crimes of your forefathers. The reason why you are able to walk around and enjoy Hollywood is because your fathers had to kill, they had to rape, and they had to murder innocent people for you to have that opportunity. Does it make sense? The Lord hates Esau. And if you so-called white people, you are descended from a man named Esau in the Bible. I think you better learn your history, okay? You are the original caveman. And this is the original caveman that you see right here. The original.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me, maybe the slavery draining my energy.
As a young black man, I feel that I have an obligation to my race of people, not to no other race or no other nationality, just to black people. As a young black man, I feel that I have an obligation to my race of people, not to no other race or no other nationality, just to black people.
When nowadays I work hard on the job, till I come cross still like I'm a criminal. Crime and get caught, it could be your first charge. Like, man, you ain't getting a minimum. It gon' dip, squat, 5 mile run, push, pull, sit on, goddamn, get strong. Looking at my baby, trying to keep them doing wrong. It's too long before they grown, I can't leave them on their own. They killed Daddy like he had a 30-day case. The news covering up the story for what they say. It took me back to the time we lost Otis. Pretending these crackers, they gon' tell you something bogus. And I'm thinking like, damn, what you tell the kids? We try to put up a fight, but did we fail the kids? Cause they really got us looking like no damn good. And why success got to cost my manhood? Hey, black women, y'all got to wait to fork up. Cause some of y'all heavy crackers keep us forked up. You want your respect, boo, that's what.
We on now? Testing. Put that one up if you can hear me. Listen, like I said, I didn't say too much, but this is Preaching Officer with the Walker Bar. This is the Wednesday night Sunday class, Wednesday night law and history class. So like it, and what I want to get into, like I said, you read it right. You read the title right. Black women, or just black people in general, raising their daughters in error. I seen a video earlier today where sisters in classes having their baby girls, and I'm talking about 2 years old. I'm gonna play the video. Little girls swinging on stripper poles. All right. Also going to get into some of the things that recently came out, which is not something new, but we hear about black men in Hollywood putting on dresses, having to do something strange for a little bit of change. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about how the Lord views of man and what he requires, how we're supposed to dress as men, what he requires us to do as far as men and women. We're going to get into some of those precepts, and we're going to talk about the American dream, Black and Hispanic people, serving their country, being in the military, and still not being able to get a home loan. Okay. Any questions before I start? Oh yeah, we had technical difficulties. Y'all don't know everything that a brother had to go through in order to get it started, to get rocking and rolling. But we're up and we're rocking and rolling. And so first, I'm just going to play the video. Let me grab this video real quick. Grab this video.
Let's save the children. Let's save all the children. Save the babies.
I think we should be hearing this, right? Oh, okay. So I got this video. That's why there's no sound. I got this video from I think this came from like a short. So when you download something like TikToks and shorts, it comes without the sound because it has copyrighted. It was playing a Marvin Gaye song. I don't know the song, but it's about save the children. Maybe some of y'all that's seeing this video know about this, but this is the video.
Let's save the children.
It looks like it's
let's save all the children.
Save the babies. That's a little baby. Look at the little baby in the pink. That little girl can't be no more than 2 years old, right? That's a baby. You understand?
Save the baby.
Let me just say this, because the world is so sensitive, right?
Save the baby.
I'm playing this for education.
And if you want to learn, you got love. Save the baby.
The laws of God.
You will save the baby. All of the children.
In no way, shape, or form, we get off on seeing this. This angers me, to be quite honest. I have daughters. I'm pretty sure brothers in here have daughters. Brothers in the UK have daughters. This is angering how they are
to save our world.
And it looks like it's a daughter. It looks
save our sweet world. Save a world that is destined to die.
This is what full-grown strippers do. You know what I mean? This is what full-grown strippers do. Let me see if I can change the view. If you could, brother, give me Leviticus 19 and 21. That's what the Lord says about something like this. My question is, where are the fathers? Where are the men in those homes? Would a black man allow his daughter, hey babe, I'm finna take the kids down. I'm finna take the girls down to a pole dancing training class? Hell effing no. Right. Hell no, you ain't. What is wrong with you? What is going on in your mind that you think that's okay? Okay, go ahead, give me that.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 21. Mm-hmm. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord.
I like it. 19 and 29. Right.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Do not what?
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
That's what these sisters are doing. They are prostituting their daughters. They are setting their daughters up to be 304s. They're setting their daughters up. Shit, we in a different time now. They're setting their daughters up to say, my Cash App is in the link in the description. That's what they're setting their daughters up for. Read it from the top.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 29. Mm-hmm. Do not prostitute thy daughter, to cause her to be a whore.
To cause her to be a whore. To cause her to be a 304. Do not prostitute your daughter, man. How you prostitute your daughter? This is a prime example. You put them in, you know, this is like extreme right here. This is probably the most extreme that I could example that we just seen in that video. But you dress your daughter like a little woman. You buy clothes to where your daughter is revealing her body just like a grown woman would in a damn club. You tell your daughters, he ain't gonna be the only one. It's gonna be more of them. Don't worry about it. You can always get another man. You set your daughter up mentally and spiritually to be a whore. This is what is happening. And I don't blame these children. I can't blame these little babies. I can't blame these kids. I have to blame these women. Right. I have to blame these sisters, because a child is, if you allow a child to call the shots, they will eat ice cream, candy, and popcorn all goddamn day. If you allow a child to do what they want to do, that's another thing. That's a whole nother conversation. But for them to say, for your oppressor to say that a child can determine their gender or their sexuality is beyond crazy. It's beyond idiotic, because a child, if you allow them to, they'll eat ice cream all day. They'll make bad choices all day. A child has to touch fire in order to know that it is hot. A child has to stick a fork in a socket in order to know that they'll get shocked. Right. A child needs parental supervision. A child cannot do adult things. Right? Read it from the top again.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
And that's what you're doing. You're prostituting your daughter, and you're causing her to be a whore.
Let's save the children. Let's save all the children.
Save the babies. Save the babies. And if you want them, you got them. Save the babies. You will save the babies. All of the children.
I'm sure these girls don't go to school, be at school on a jungle gym, spread eagle in front of some young boy, or even worse, playground.
Who's willing to try? Yeah, to save our world. Yeah,
grown woman.
Save our sweet world. Save a world that is destined to die.
Something that gets me hot, because we are so simple to think that we can do something like this. Like, we are setting up another generation to go through multiple curses. Right. Multiple curses. Give me Mark 3 and 29.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 29. But he that shall blaspheme against the Holy Spirit has a lot.
Let's save the children. Let's save all the children.
Save the babies. Save the babies. And if you want them, you got them. Save the babies. Oh, the little field, you got them. You will save the babies. All of the children.
Go ahead.
No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he would first find the strong man.
Really cares. Who's willing to try? Yeah, to save our world. Yeah,
for our women,
Save our sweet word. Save a word that is destined to die.
Black and Hispanic men in these homes teaching, saying, hell no, you're not going to wear this. You know, when I was growing up, it was a time where I remember girls would, I would see girls that they brought an extra a pair of clothes to school because they couldn't dress a certain way around their pops. So they'd sneak out the house with something. They'll wear something and sneak out the house with another outfit, and then they'll put that on for school, and they'll put a little makeup on, right? But I'm not saying that is good, but at least you seen there was some structure in that house to where that man in that house was not going for that.
Right.
You wasn't about to walk up out of that house looking any kind of way, like some thought. You was not. You was gonna put some clothes on, and you noted. And I have daughters. I've seen this. I experienced this where they're very easily influenced by other little girls at school, and all of a sudden they want to dress like this other little girl at school. Unfortunately, there's another girl at school that wears. When I was coming up, they called it bare midriff, where you wear shirts where it shows your belly button, and you wear clothes where you show a lot of skin. And these are their friends, and then they're influenced to want to be just like that. I've learned in the I.S.U.P.K, like, women are in an aspect, women are just like little girls, like children sometimes, because the things that you see in your daughters, you see them in grown women.
Right.
Grown women look at half-naked other women as though it's cute, it's empowering. You understand? That's the same way daughters look at other girls who dress promiscuous. But they have a father in their house.
That's right.
And I say, hell no, you know what? Give me that. This is going into the trash. It's too small for you now. Can't wear this anymore. I'll get something. I'll get you another outfit. But that's the thing. A man in the house is so important, because if there's no man in the house, there's no protection in that house. Then what happens? Then the American society can come right into your house and dictate what is good and what is bad. Read it from the top.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
You have to bind that strong man. You have to break that man down. You have to imprison that man. You have to put that man in poverty. You have to put that man in a situation where he make hard choices and he end up going away from his family. These are the things that have happened to the Black and Hispanic community, where the men are not the strength of the community anymore. It's not patriarchy. It's not patriarchal no more. It's matriarchal. Women are running the house. Give me that precept. Y'all know what I want. Women rule over. It's in Isaiah. Isaiah. Salakia. What is it? I know what Kodash would know.
That's for my people. Women rule over them.
Exactly. That's exactly the one I want. You need a man. You need a man to set boundaries. A father is there to tell you no. You're gonna be upset with your father. You're gonna be mad with him, but you're gonna thank him in the end. You're gonna thank him for being a hedge of protection for you making dumb, stupid choices.
Right.
Go ahead, and you're gonna thank him for the times where your mom agreed with you, but your father did not. In this situation right here, your mom would probably agree with you. Yeah, you can be in a class swinging from a pole, but your father would see the bigger picture. He would say, "Hell no! What is the point? What is the point of you? What are you practicing to be some stripper? Oh, I guess learning to swing on a pole. You're gonna be in Circus Soleil. You're gonna be a circus. You're gonna be performing in Vegas somewhere. You're not. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
The Bible says that for the Israelites, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, our oppressors are like children. Our oppressors, our oppressors say it is a child can make a decision and say, you know what, I know what my sexuality is, and I'm 5 years old. Your oppressor is like a child, right? Who is your oppressor? We know who he is. He's the European. I don't want to get, I don't want the video to get taken down, but he is the oppressor. He is the people who have enslaved you, who have murdered you, who have colonized you, who have raped, robbed, and hurt you,
right,
and brutalized you. And then he says, you know what? A child, when they're born, they know what they are. They can make that decision on their own. Your oppressor is like a child.
Right.
He is not like an adult. Read it from the top.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
And women rule over them. Because your oppressor is like a child, and he caters to women.
Right.
He caters to, but the God of Israel does not cater to women.
That's right.
He loves women, and he sets a hedge of protection around those women. But your oppressor, he allows women to be 304s. He says, stop 304 shaming. Yeah, I know she has a large body count, but you shaming her. That's wrong. She should be able to, sleep with as many people as she wants to. Why are you judging her? Right? The Lord says that she is a whore, according to the Bible. The Lord says that a woman like that is polluted.
Right.
She's holding a lot of demons and a lot of trauma from past relationships. Well, she has all this trauma and demons in her because she done been with so many men when she was only supposed to be with one, according to the Lord. But according to your oppressor, who is like a child, he says she should be able to be liberated, sexually liberated, do what she want to do, have many sexual partners that she want to have. And these are the people that rule over you. These are the people that say, you know what, you are bad. You are the one that is shaming everybody. You are the one that is hateful because you're just making rules that God put down.
Right.
You're just making rules in your house that the Lord put down. But you got to fight a woman in your house about putting your kids in some damn stripper training class. That's what it really is a stripper training class. There's no child in their right mind at that young of an age would say, I want to be in a stripper class. I want to be a stripper one day. Mommy, I want to learn how to swing on a pole like those ladies that are half naked. There is no child like that. Right. And if there is a child like that, it's because they came up under some horrible parents.
Right.
They came up under they came up in a place that is called hell. Hell is right inside of their home. Right? Keep reading. Read it from the top. Salaki.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
And women rule over them. Keep reading.
Oh, my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy.
Salaki, go ahead.
And destroy the way of thy paths.
Right. So like I said, who would a father allow for his daughters to be put in a stripping, a pole dancing class? What father do you know would do that?
Right.
This is the work of a woman that is leading. Read that part again. They that lead thee.
They which lead thee cause thee to err.
They which lead thee cause thee to err.
And destroy the way of thy paths.
So who's leading? The woman is leading, right? She is the one that is in charge. She is the one that is making those decisions. It is not a man that is making those decisions. Now, let me get this. Now, I'm going to pull this up. Let me see if I can send this to you. Now, I want you to understand our women have been sexually degraded since the times of slavery. And now our sisters degrade themselves. We have picked up the ways of our oppressor. And now the things that we complain about, that the things that women complain about, they actually, the things that women complain about that men do to them, they actually now are doing to themselves. And in that situation right here, you see, they are training their daughters up in that same way. And this is a horrible thing. So I want to show you something, how deep it goes. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows. I'm gonna put this in the description. So in the comments, I'm gonna put this link in the comments because I can't post this, right? Can't post this, but I'm gonna put it in the comments for brothers and sisters. You can go right now and you know, read along. But I'm gonna send this to you too, young man. This is a story, not a story, but it's history, right? This is a history of a painter, photographer, whatever. And first of all, let me just say I came across this just doing research, but this is of a man that a white man that basically would take. He was a photographer and an artist, and he would. It's damn near hard for me to even put the words together, but he would take pictures of people, different stuff. You know how painters do. They have subjects, people that pose for them, and all that. Well, in this particular one, it was a little black girl who was an orphan, ex-slave. He had posed half nude, you understand? And this was not the only one, but this is a documented piece. And so we have all, our sisters, our women have always been sexually objectified. And that's what you have to get through your head, is that a lot of the things that you do, damn near all of them that you do, not taking away the fact that you have you are a hard-headed people and you have a nature to go against the laws of God. But you've learned a lot of this shit, Salakia. You learned a lot of these things from your oppressor, right, and the things that he did to you and the things that he instilled in you. So let me grab this real quick and I'm going to send it to you so you can read it, young man. Let's see. I'm friends with you, right? Yeah, okay. I'm sending it to you on Messenger. So when you get it, I thought I had put together a actual slide for this. Go ahead and read when you're ready to read. Go ahead.
It says, an unnamed girl, a speculative history. So the small naked figure reclines on the arabesque sofa, looking at the photograph.
So I want you to read. I'm a screen share this. I want you to skip down to the second paragraph. I'm gonna screen share this real quick.
Had her name been scribbled down?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Had her name been scribbled on the back of the album in print, there will be at least one fact I could convey with a measure of certainty, one detail that I would not have to guess, one less obstacle in retracting the girl's path, also like retracing the girl's path through the street of the city. Had the photographer or one of the young men assisting him in the studio recorded her
I'll skip down to the third one.
No one knew.
Yeah, no one knew. Yeah.
So no one knew how the girl arrived at the studio of Thomas Aikens that afternoon.
Thomas Aikens. I actually had a picture of him. He's actually in the promo for the class, right? But I don't have it right now, but I could pull it up. Keep reading.
It says Thomas Aikens, Aikens, a realist painter striving to create a visual lexicon of the human body, produced a series of photographs of the nude, including
of the what?
Of the nude.
Of the nude. So this he produced a series of photographs of people nude. Go ahead.
Produced a series of photographs of the nude, including academies, traditional poses of naked figures, and anatomical and motion studies. But the photograph of this girl was not like the images taken of young white women or of other children.
So he said, so he did nude photographs, but the photographs of the little girl was not like the ones he did of white women. It was very pedophilish, if that's a word. If you get me, you understand. This is your oppressor that is a sexual deviant, you understand, and takes a young sister, your sister. They do not know her name. They cannot find records of her. They know that she was an orphan and that he used her to take pictures of her. It's not showing it on the article, but you can go look this up for yourself, right? And she's half naked on a couch. This is a baby being objectified, just like those babies in that video being objectified. Where in the hell did you learn this from? Where in the hell did you think that it is okay to sexually objectify little young children as a black person at that? I mean, out of all people in the world, why would you think that is okay after all the things your ancestors went through, especially black women? Go ahead.
She was the only one forced to assume the pose of courtesan and concubine. The rule of the house, no one was allowed to interfere with Aikens in his studio or question what happened there.
So she was assumed to do the what pose of a what?
She was the only one forced to assume the pose of courtesan and concubine.
And a concubine, and say the other part after that.
The rule of the house, no one was allowed to interfere with Aikens in his studio.
So the rule of the house was no one was allowed to interfere with this white man in his studio while he's doing these sexually deviant deeds, taking photographs of half-naked, unenslaved black children, little girls. You understand? I have to bring it to you like that. You understand? So you don't understand the history of what happened to your people.
Let's save the children. Let's save all the children.
Save the baby. Save the babies. And if you want them, you got them. Save the babies. Burn them in the field. You will save the babies. All of the children.
African women in little pieces of cloth called bikinis, and saying that it's fashion and it's okay. And our women, our sisters, and us as black men have it's not wrong with it.
Those women to try, to save a world.
Meanwhile, all of these children are coming up missing, man.
Save our
You're coming up missing. What is your answer to that?
That is destined to
die. In 3, you're weak as hell, man. Part of the reason why women feel so free to be 304s and to teach their daughters, like in this video, to be 304s, is because you brothers out there, you love 304s. You play a big part in this, because you are supposed to be the leadership. You're supposed to be the person saying, no, I'm not with that. Right. Hell no, you ain't doing that. You're supposed to be the man that says, you know what? I know you think you're fine and all that, and you're behind and your tail is big, but that's not important. Right. Excuse me. Go ahead.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober.
That they may do what?
That they may teach the young women to be sober.
To be sober. I think General Hyman went over this a couple of weeks ago. To be sober. Sober meaning not drunk off of your emotions like most women are. Drunk off your emotions and your feelings. Like you feel that you're cute being half naked when your man, your husband is telling you to put some damn clothes on and you got a problem with it. Well, the aged women is supposed to be teaching the younger women these things. Right. The older sisters, and then right here you got parents with their daughters. They should be teaching them. They should be teaching them good things. Go ahead.
That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husband, to love their children, to be discreet,
right,
chaste, keepers of home, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Lord be not blasphemed.
Right. So this is the thing. You're supposed to have older women teaching younger women. We don't have that no more. Even like they say in the world, they say, with the young men, they out of order. It ain't no OGs no more. It ain't nobody to put nobody in line or in check no more or tell anybody anything. Well, the older sisters are supposed to be putting younger sisters in check. Right. Telling them, stay with your husband, work it out. You can fix this. Telling them the mistakes they made when they were their age, so that they don't make the same mistakes. And in this situation, what are you doing? What are you teaching your daughters? Like I said before, what in the hell is what is they going to be in the Olympics? Right. Learning how to swing on a pole? What is the outcome of this? What is going to be the outcome of this? What Black women should be doing is holding classes of etiquette for sisters, holding classes for morals, holding classes for how to be, modest, holding classes for how to have manners, holding classes for, how to protect your body, holding classes for how not to smile at every damn Tom, Dick, and Harry that says something nice to you. That's what Black women should be teaching these young girls right now. They should be teaching them good things. Things that's going to benefit them, and in this day and age, save their fucking life.
That's right.
So many sisters are coming up missing, man. I just read where it was like 10 Black women that came up missing from the time of like December 1st to the 1st of January, and they can't find them. I guarantee you these sisters was never told that every man that says something good to you don't mean that he's all that. He's Mr. Right. That your body is your body don't mean anything. The way you twerk, the way you can twerk, and the way you can twist and poke your butt out, and how long your weave is in your hair don't mean a goddamn thing. Right. But what's up in your head and what you've been taught, that's everything. I'm sure these sisters right here is not teaching these little girls that. You understand? Is there any more on that?
No.
You can drop that. Give me Ecclesiasticus 7 and 23. I mean, we got to do better, man. This is horrible. This is
let's save the children. Let's save all the children.
Save the babies. Save the babies. And if you want to live, you got love. Save the babies.
I can't imagine. anger.
You will save the babies, all of the children.
This law, statutes, and commandments. You understand that a woman is supposed to be a certain type of way. She's not supposed to be all out. Like I said before, these babies is going to be somewhere.
Who's willing to
This
try?
at.
Yeah.
They're going to be
To save our world.
Yeah, at church.
Yeah. Save our sweet world. Save our world.
They're going to be
that is destined to die.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7 and 23. Hast thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth.
If you got children, you instruct them and you bow down their neck from their youth. When they're young, that baby in that video, that baby looked like she was 2 years old. You should be teaching that baby good things and correcting them, not teaching them how to swing on no goddamn pole.
Right.
You bow down your children. Listen, a child that's 2 years old, like when it comes to like disciplining your children, children show you at a young age their attitude and how they are unruly, even at 2 years old. And 2 years old ain't too young to put that hand to that diaper and pop them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let them know, stop. No, don't do that. Children do things that, right away, they can get themselves hurt. Like I said earlier, they'll put something inside of a socket. Some children, they got so much attitude, they'll swing at you. They'll show you how their anger at a young age, and you have to correct it. We was born. Listen, we are born in sin and in iniquity. You know what I mean? We don't come out the womb as angels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From the time you're born, you got to be corrected. You know what I mean? Read that again. Start from where you left off at.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 24. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them.
The scriptures say, do you have daughters? Have a care of their body. If you have daughters, read it from the top. Read that part of the precept again.
Verse 24. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them.
This precept is talking exactly about what you see right here.
Right.
These women have no care for their daughter's body, and instead of not showing any cheer, they're cheerful at their daughters potentially becoming future 304s,
right,
future strippers on a stripper pole, future prostitutes getting pimped by some nigga that don't give a damn about them,
right,
because they taught them at a young age how to swing from a pole. You, as a parent, you're supposed to have a care for your daughter's body. You're supposed to tell your daughters this. Listen, when it comes to me as your father, when it comes to your mother, neither one of us should see you naked. If anybody sees anything of your privacy of your body, you scream, you holler,
right,
including your father. So it sets the stage for your daughters to have a type of care for themselves and understand that nobody is to violate them.
That's right.
You understand? Nobody is to violate them. And so you put it in their head that you care so much that even you won't look at them. Like when my kids, say your kid needs something, they're in the restroom. I need my towel. I need some toilet paper. Here you go. Here you go. My children have never seen me with my shirt off, and I don't want to see them with their shirt off.
Right.
But it's something that I instill into them so they have a care of their body. So if anybody else does it, it's a real violation.
Right.
You understand? And that's according to the Bible, man. That's according. What I'm telling you, you use that in your household. That's according to the scriptures. Noah's son, Ham was cursed for laughing at Noah, for seeing him in his nakedness.
Right.
And now Ham was cursed to bone eating, taking urine showers, and being a servant of servant up under other heathens for that. You know what I mean? For that very thing. So the thing is, have a care for them, but also don't show yourself cheerful for them, you know, trying to be grown, move grown, dress grown, dance grown, talk grown. That don't just go for little girls, that go for boys too. Because a lot of y'all raise your sons to be like little small men. Talk trash to grown men. What, nigga? Walk around with their pants hanging off their ass. A lot of y'all train y'all sons like that, and then now they from the hood. Now they're reputable from the hood. Now they got stripes from the hood, but you raised them to be that. You understand? You was cheerful towards them doing those things. You was cheerful towards them getting the hood tatted on their body. You didn't bow their head down from their youth. And listen, I don't hold this against anybody that's coming to the truth. You might be in a situation where, you know, your child's life was half of was in the world, and now you come into the truth, and now you struggle with trying to get your child to get on board with the truth because they didn't celebrate holidays, they didn't live that life, they didn't celebrate birthdays. I understand that, so don't feel like I'm coming down on brothers and sisters if you're in that situation. But if you once you know and you understand, you got to do what you got to do. And if they don't want to follow you, so be it. So be it. Lord be with you, son. I love you. Lord be with you, daughter. I know you want to do your thing, but this is what I'm doing, and this is my rules. This is how you should move. I know half of your life I was running wild and I wasn't there, and I did a lot of stupid things in front of you, but I'm changing now. Right. And if you ain't running with this program, then Lord be with you. Any more on that?
So, verse 25.
Verse 5?
Verse 25.
Verse 25. No, you could drop that. Let me get to Navy Federal. So I'm gonna pull up this story real quick. Pull up this story. Navy Federal Credit Union. Let me get this.
Credit union facing a class action lawsuit. Navy Federal Credit Union now is accused of.
There's something going on because we can't hear it in here. Let's see. Let's see.
Discriminate.
Y'all bear with me. I'm gonna just share the screen. Hold on. Remove this screen.
All new at 6, the nation's largest credit union facing a class action lawsuit. Navy Federal Credit Union now accused of discriminating against Black borrowers. A recent CNN. All new at 6, the nation's largest credit union facing a class action lawsuit. Navy Federal Credit Union now is accused of discriminating against Black borrowers. A recent CNN report found Black borrowers were twice as likely to be denied home loans. Queen City News reporter Casey Jones spoke to a strong veteran who was not approved.
Home ownership is part of the American dream, but for Army veteran Jerome Singletary and his family, it's a dream deferred. They moved to Charlotte in 2021 and have been struggling to find affordable housing.
The extended stay got a little pricey for us, so then we filled out an application with Navy Federal for a VA home loan. We were denied because of our credit, and it was just a little hard for us. and things got really too complicated. So we were forced to move into the shelter.
But now there are questions about how Navy Federal Credit Union approves home loans. An analysis of federal consumer protection data by CNN revealed the Federal Credit Union denied Black applicants home loans twice as often as white applicants with the same credit history and income. Do you feel that if you were white, you would have been approved?
Unfortunately, yes, I do. It's sad to say, but yes.
Singletary says he found ways to work as a disabled vet and reapplied for the same loan, but was still denied. It feels alarming that there's no like, you were denied, but.
Yes. There was no but. It was just that you were denied.
Research compiled by CNN revealed Navy Federal approved a higher percentage of applications from white borrowers making less than $62,000 a year than it did Black borrowers making $140,000 or more. Curtis Drafton, founder of U.S. Veterans Hall of Fame, says his organization ran a survey to ask who had been denied for the loans.
Within 48 hours, 21 veterans said, yes, I was denied by them. And then when they looked for the response on why they were denied, there was no applicable response according to protocol on why they should have been denied.
Drafton says the disparity of denials leads to more veteran homelessness.
They get frustrated with the system. They don't trust the credit unions, and they say, you know what, it's easier for me to go out here and stand on a corner and ask for money. I can live off $20 a day sleeping in a tent.
He says Navy Federal should be a bridge, not a barrier to home ownership.
Create fast track programs so they don't deny the veteran. They say, well, this could be fixed or your credit score could come up. And they have programming to guide the veteran into the home loan.
Navy Federal Credit Union issued a statement saying, we treat the recent allegations very seriously, and we have retained a leading civil rights lawyer to assess our mortgage lending policies and practices and make recommendations to drive further access to home ownership. Singletary hopes this dream, temporarily deferred, won't be a permanent dream denied.
We turn our key, we don't have to worry about anything else. Our mind is clear and focused on our families. And if Navy Federal can do that for us, I feel like we will be in a much better place physically, mentally, and emotionally, as well as spiritually.
Casey Jones, Queen City News.
Yeah, so that you heard that. You heard that. Now this came out about December 19th. Now this credit union, if you heard in the story, is the biggest credit union in the United States, and they service Navy veterans, Navy current members, all kind of people that have served in the military. And 48% of the time, Black people applying for a home mortgage loan were denied when 75 of the white applicants were approved. I don't know if many brothers and sisters know about redlining. Now, redlining, you know about it, brother? That's right. Redlining was when the government outlined the areas where Black people stayed in cities. And they said these areas were too risky for investors to invest and develop in those areas. And so those areas, you got nobody developing, meaning nobody, building anything, building stores, building homes, apartment complexes. And without development, a place economically cannot flourish. And so that place becomes what is the ghetto, because the money is not there. People are not investing. When you build stores and you build plazas and you build things like that, it brings money into the area. It brings jobs into the area. And so the government, their thing about redlining kind of like cordon Black people off. And so that's the reason why today you have areas where white people stay, and you have areas where Black people stay, and areas where this people stay. Because behind the scenes, people are doing things like redlining. They're doing things like this story where certain people just cannot get the home mortgage loans in order to move into their dream home. You heard what the brother said. He said it would help them mentally, spiritually. He said everything, like just being able to be in a place and not have any worries. But instead, he had to live in a. They had to go to a shelter because he was denied. Although he fought for his country, the red, white, and blue. You know, he stood up for that flag. He went overseas and fought for that country, and just to come back to America and they dump feces on top of your head and deny you. You understand? Like so many Black and Hispanic people that have served in the military, you have to find out the hard way. You thought America was that dream. It was that dream of, you know, serving your country, you know, saving your money, having good credit, having zero debt, and you still get denied. And you don't have any answer of what just happened because you did everything they asked you to do. You've done everything they asked you to do, and you still get denied.
Right.
And some of these Black people, now the lawsuit, there's a class action lawsuit for discrimination. And what it names in there is Black and Latino applicants. It ain't just Black people. It names Black and Latino applicants that were denied. You understand? A lot of times it shows you who God's chosen people are. A lot of things that happen in this earth. When COVID-19 was rocking and rolling, and they had the doctor come out and they said the people who are most affected were Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? But what I was going to say, it's a point I was going to bring out about that. It'll come back to me. While we're trying to figure that out, give me Proverbs 29:2. Proverbs 29:2. This brother was sad, man, because in his heart, he served the Lord. Salaki, not serve the Lord. He served the Most High. I'm tripping. He served America. He did what he was supposed to do. Like I said on Black Authentic Truth, he did everything right. He did everything that you would say, man, that's a good, not just Black man, but that's a good person. You know, white people will say he's an excellent person. He went to the military. He served his country. Let me turn this off. He served his country. He has excellent credit. In a lot of cases, these brothers, that's what I was going to say. In a lot of cases, these Black and Hispanic people had a better standing than white people. They still were denied. Still were denied. So what then? You know what I mean? He did everything for his family, and he thinking the answer is in going back to the people who service soldiers, who service people who fought and served in the military. Well, the people that run these banks, they have a different alternative. They don't even know that the Lord set them up to be crooked.
Right.
They don't even know that the Lord set them up to deny him. You understand? The Lord created your oppressor. Your oppressor, he's crooked, but he's crooked for a reason. It's because the Lord created him that way.
Right.
Who got that?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Mm-hmm.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
When the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice. When the righteous are in authority, you will be able to get that home loan for putting in work. But when the wicked are in authority, you're going to mourn. You're going to cry out. You're going to say, I've been discriminated against. It's because the color of my skin. A lot of times it's because of what your name is on paper. They don't even have to see the color of your skin. Dequarius, DeMarcus, Trayvon. They see the name and they know denied. Denied. Yeah, you check all the boxes. You're overqualified and you get denied. How? Give me Ezekiel 35:5. How is it that you can't find what you want in this place and you done worked your whole life, worked hard, 700, 800 credit score, zero debt, never been arrested. You understand? Never been arrested. Squeaky clean record. Serve your country. How is it that you can't get a foot up? I thought they told you to pull your bootstraps up. I thought they said you need to work harder. I thought they said to not make excuses. Ain't that what they say when black people cry out? Well, these people are the example, the epitome of all of that. And they still got turned away. These brothers and sisters, blacks and Hispanics. Let me know when you got it.
I got it. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
I want that first part. Go ahead.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Your oppressor has had a perpetual hatred. Who is your oppressor? He is the nation of Edom. He is Esau, according to the Bible. And he has had a perpetual, meaning never-ending hatred towards you.
Right.
So much so that he has to make laws against himself to allow you to go to college. So much so that he has to make laws against himself to say, we're going to have diversity in this company. In order, we're going to hire more blacks and Hispanics. So it's a little more multicultural in our company. He has to do that against his will. Because if it's his free will, it wouldn't even be 48% versus 75%. It'll be like 5% versus 95%. And that 5% will be nothing but, remedial jobs, cleaning the floors of their offices and things like that. But he has to look a certain way. He has to feel a certain way, like he's omnipotent and he's benevolent and he has good cheer towards people and he's about equality. He's about these things, but the track record doesn't show that. It doesn't show that he's about equality. It doesn't show that he's about, everybody being on a equal platform. That's not what it is.
Right.
What it is him fighting himself, because the Lord said this. Read it from the top again.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God.
Wait. I want to break this down, then we'll break down the whole precept. Read it from the top. Just give me the first part of the precept.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Because they didn't have a perpetual hatred. I know you think they love you. I know you think because, they go crazy over LeBron James dunking a basketball, you think that they love you. Because they go crazy over, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, you think they love you and you're equal with them. You're not equal with them. Right. You'll never be equal with a person who is, ruling over you. You'll never be equal with them. The only time you will be equal is when a black man named Jesus Christ is ruling, and you'll be equal with all of your brothers and sisters.
Right.
Other than that, you will never be equal in the white man's kingdom. I don't care what you think or what you've been told. I don't know what you've been told, but you'll never be equal. You think that Martin Luther King did something. You probably thought that we integrated, but in actuality, we didn't integrate. We assimilated. You know why? Because when you integrate with something, you come together on an equal standing. Everything will be equal if something integrates. If I integrate some bricks with some rocks, they'll be equal. Let's just say I'm building a concrete floor. If I integrate bricks with rocks, with concrete, everything will be equal. Everything will be in unison. Everything will be level. Well, that's not what happened with you. What you did was you assimilated. You assimilated into a culture that was already going on. You had your culture over here, Black Wall Street and everything going on, but then you wanted to see what the grass was like on the other side. So you went to the white man's culture and said, we want to come into your restaurants. We want to be a part of what you got going on. And what they got going on was a well-oiled machine that was already moving and running. And so Black and Hispanic people are just assimilating into it and trying to find their way in the culture that is already rocking and rolling, and a culture that really just loves themselves while they profess, yeah, we're equal. Yeah, you can integrate. Yeah, I'll hire you. Yeah, you can be the vice president of this company. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can be a superstar and celebrity. But in reality, you are not equal. And I don't understand why we don't see that now. We should be able to see that now. You understand what I'm saying? Is there any more on that? Go. I'll break the rest down.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Now these Edomites had a perpetual hatred, and they shed the blood. They shed our blood by the force of the sword. I believe that was during the time when the Greeks, came, and not the Greeks, but the Romans in 70 A.D. And the Edomites also helped in that. Okay. Read that. Read. Keep going.
Go. By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood.
The Lord said He's going to prepare the nation of Edom unto blood.
That's right.
Unto blood. Like you think God is benevolent and all love and kindness and sweetness and just love and warmth. You know what I mean? The God of Israel is a God of war. The God of Israel is a God He's great in mercy, but He also has great wrath. And you have to understand that. And when you put your hands on His people, you have to feel that deep down inside that there is something coming. There is a time that is reckoning, that is coming upon America, that is coming upon the world for the lies, for the blood, for the hate, for everything that they do continually, even unto this day, to God's chosen people. I just told you about all the women that come up missing. They said 37,000 people in Mexico come up missing every year. Just last year, 37,000. They dug up a mass grave on the border. Excuse me, on the border of Texas. What is it, Texas and Laredo? Somebody probably could find that for me, but somebody can correct me on that. They dug up a mass grave of Mexicans that were on the border. Most likely some Texas Ranger, some Edomite killed them all and then buried them. They find mass graves all the time of Black people, of slaves up under cities, and then they rebury them in a place where it's more respectable. They found mass graves of children in Canada for those boarding home schools, mass graves. You understand, where they're killing us at will. You think the Lord has forgotten about that? The Lord didn't forget about that, Edom. The Lord didn't forget about your oppressor. But the problem is, that's not really the problem. The problem is that you forgot.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you forgot what happened to you. You so beat down, you so crushed, you're so low that you forgot, and now you don't even care what happened to you. And now you don't even expect a righteous judgment on the people that did it to you.
Right.
That's the problem that I have with our people. You don't even care anymore, and you don't understand that the judgment of the Lord is righteous. You understand? And it's going to come to pass.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Barakatawa Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? But get where we at?
Ezekiel 35:6.
You keep going. I don't think we were finished with that because it's a point. It's a part.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood.
Damn, He's gonna prepare them unto blood. Go ahead.
And blood shall pursue thee.
Damn, blood. What is it to pursue? Go ahead.
To chase.
To chase. Blood is going to chase them. It's going to pursue them. That's crazy. But that is the God that we serve.
That's right.
We serve the God of Israel. He ain't playing no games. He ain't cutting no losses. He gonna get what's due. He gonna get everything that's due. Go ahead.
Since thou hast not hated blood.
Since you didn't hate blood. Oh, now you scared? You scared now. You're fearing for your life now. You digging trenches in the ground now. You digging bunkers. I don't know if y'all ever seen those bunkers they got online. These Edomites got bunkers, man. They got whole full-blown homes underground with generators and all of that. Couches, TVs, everything. Like just in case. Just in case. Go ahead.
Even blood shall pursue thee.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate.
Mount Seir is where the Edomites dwelt in the old times. Go ahead.
And cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth.
Damn. So the Lord is basically telling you that these people had that hatred lasted forever towards you, and because of that, and because they didn't hate blood, because they didn't care when they put you down and they killed you, he's going to pursue them with blood.
Right.
What they done to you, he's going to return to them, and he's going to cut them off.
That's right.
Okay. Give me Proverbs 11:1. And we're still on this story about, these brothers and sisters, they really felt like, everybody wants a home. When it comes to like home ownership, hell, I want a home. One day I wish I want to have a home in your own space that you could hook up. You could have your, as a man, you could have your man cave. You could have your garage, work on a car every now and then. Everybody got their space. You don't have to worry about your neighbors. You can do what you want to do in your own home. You have a garden, whatever you want to do. Everybody wants to own a home.
Right.
Now, you done did everything right as a Black and Hispanic person. You done fought for your country. You got the greatest damn credit in the world. You have no debt, and then you get denied. What a heartache that could be. And you have no choice but to think, damn, is it because I'm Black? Is it because I'm Mexican? Why I got denied? Everything lined up. I check all the boxes.
Right.
I qualify for everything they say you need to qualify. I qualify. Why would they? My standing is better than some white people. So why I didn't get the house that I wanted, that I dreamed of? Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 1. False balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight.
Right. So a false balance, that's a false balance. You're dealing with a false balance when you step into the arena of your oppressor. You got to have the favor of the Lord. If you don't got the favor of the Lord, then everything is up. You don't know how it's going to fall, how the chip's going to fall. Right. Because when you're dealing with your oppressor, they have this hatred for you. You know what I mean? They despise you. And if you get something, just know that it's because the Lord wanted you to have it. It's not because they approved you. It's not because they said, oh, he's a good Negro. I think he's a good nigga. He got squeaky clean record. It's not because of none of that. It's because the Lord was with you. Right. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Because your oppressor, his balance, the way he weighs things, he tends to weigh things that tip more to his favor and his people. Right. So if you get something that is unprecedented, if you get an opportunity that is unprecedented, just believe the Lord is giving you favor to move through the white man's kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? Drop that. Give me Lamentations 4:17.
So except 4:17.
Yes.
Okay. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation, that could not save us.
So we watching for a nation that can't save us. That goes back to what I'm talking about, just looking at a nation that can save you, that can put you on high, that can give you everything that you desire and that you want. You have to realize that these people, who these people are, and when these things happen to you, don't be hurt, don't be cut to the heart, because a lot of Black and Hispanic people are hurt to the point where it really stresses them, and it hurts in the inside to be denied for something. It hurts not to get that job. It hurts to see, a white boy get a promotion over you when you're overqualified for the job. It hurts, you know what I'm saying? But it's vain, because we're looking to a people and a nation that can't save us. Right. In the end, we need to put our trust in the Most High God. In the end, like, we move through this world, and yes, we want to succeed. We want to have good success. If we go to work, we trying to start our own business, whatever the case may be, you want to have good success. But the Lord should be where you put all your trust in, not in this world, not in America, not in your company, not in the Federal Credit Loan Union, not in none of these things, because the Lord giveth favor. Right. And if you put the things of the Lord first, right, when it comes to whatever you want, you'll have good success. That's Joshua 1:8. You could drop that. Let me get to I want to get to damn. I didn't get that article, but I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna get to the power of images, and I want to talk about Cat Williams. What Cat Williams said about Black men wearing dresses in Hollywood. So I want to get that. Somebody just get Deuteronomy 22:15 and hold that. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can find. Y'all bear with me. We almost up out of here. Excuse me. Send this to you real quick. Send it to you on Messenger. Okay, I'll send it to you.
Start from the top.
Yeah, start from the top. What I'm about to explain, I'm going to the power of images, and how television and images, words and images, what you see, they stick into your mind, and they shape how you view people, races, society, and all of that. Now, a lot of Black and Hispanic people, or just people in general, will say they don't like TV doesn't affect them or how they think and none of that. It does. And the way I look at it is like, I don't like to. Coming up, I was like, I don't watch a lot of BS. I don't like to watch that reality stuff, reality TV, where they only fighting and bickering, because it's all negative, and it casts our people in a negative light. You understand? And a long time ago, I didn't know this at the time. What I'm about to show y'all, I didn't know this at the time, but they used to have First 48, and First 48 was very intriguing, because you seeing everything behind the scenes, the interrogation, the investigation. But I started to look at it like, damn, this shit is like, this is like Nat Geographic, but for Black people, because it's almost like we're on display like animals, and it was only us that I was seeing. Then I thought, like, these what is the channel or the networks, they're making money off of our trauma and off of our pain. So from that, not even being in the truth, I was like, I ain't watching. I'm cool on that because it's making us to be a joke. It's making us out to be a joke because like First 48. A lot of times the people will end up like telling in the interrogation room, and people are like, "Oh, did you see that one? Did you see this one?" And I'm like, "Man, they're making us to be a spectacle. They're making real life in the black community to be a spectacle." You understand? And I stopped watching it for that reason. But the point I'm making is that images and words do shape how you view things, right? I think they say that when it comes to words, you like, I can't remember it. I can't remember, but it's a big number. So words you'll remember sort of kind of. But when you put images with words, you'll remember it like 10 times more. Somebody can correct me on that, but when you put the images, meaning video, anything like that, it's going to stick in your head. Advertisements, television, news reports, it will stick in your head and it will actually shape how you view certain things. A good example is 9/11. After 9/11, what they used to do, some of y'all ain't old enough to know this, they were making a lot of movies with terrorist attacks, sieges, with Arab people in the movies. And it shaped people's minds to look at Arabs like these niggas is terrorists. These niggas, they'd blow up something. You know what I mean? Not only that was the reports, you know what I mean? But it's going to get into that. It's going to get into that. So go ahead and I'm going to share the screen and go ahead and read that.
This is television's impact on American society and culture from encyclopedia.com. 10 television impacts. 10 of television's impact on American society and culture. This is a constant present in most Americans' lives. With its fast-moving, visually interesting, highly entertaining style, it commands many people's attention for several hours each day. Studies have
so it said television commands many people's attention for what?
For several hours a day.
For several hours a day. So a lot of y'all, some of y'all can attest that you sit on social media for several hours a day. And I would go even farther and say that not just social media, not just television, but social media. Social media commands a lot of people's attention for hours out of a day.
Right.
So the images don't matter what they like. When I was growing up, it was television, and I in my life, I done grew up and transitioned into now it's social media. But your life might be all social media. You don't have no experience like watching television or watching news clips. You see all of that stuff on the internet, but it's still the same. It's images with words, right? Go ahead.
Studies have shown that television competes with other sorts of human interaction, such as family, friends, church, and school.
So whatever you see, social media, I don't know when they wrote this, but this is encyclopedia.com. But they say television, it competes with your interactions, such as with your family, your friends in church and school. Social media does the same thing. Man, listen, television is inside of a house.
Right.
Social media you carry with you on your hand. You can go anywhere and see somebody looking down at their phone. You know what I'm saying? So I would say social media, even at a higher level, it competes with family and all of that. Go ahead.
In helping young people develop values and form ideas about the world around them, it also influences viewers' attitudes and beliefs about themselves, as well as about people from other social, ethnic, and cultural backgrounds.
So it shapes people's attitudes and beliefs about themselves, as well as about people from other social, ethnic, and cultural backgrounds. Go ahead.
Between the 1940s and 2000s, commercial television had a profound and wide-ranging impact on American society and culture. It influenced the way that people think about such important social issues as race, gender, and class. It played an important role in the political process, particularly in shaping national election campaigns. TV.
So, when it comes to television, for sure, they push those political campaigns. Prop 30 something, prop this. They push it on you. You know what I mean? So it's telling you that it shapes people's how they think about race, gender, class, and even social issues. It even shapes how you think something is more important. A prime example is Israel and Palestine. Right. How many people were like pro-Israel? They're pro-Israel based off of the way the reporters reported. They reporting from a pro-Israel standpoint. And they made it like the Palestinians is insurgents, and the good side is the Israelis. Right. And so people naturally feel like, oh, the Israelis, they need to get justice. They need to do this. That just shows you how the reporting shapes what you think about something.
Right.
Go ahead.
TV programs and commercials have also been mentioned as major factors contributing to increased American materialism, a view that places more value on acquiring material possessions than on developing in other ways.
So it also has sparked materialism. I need to get this, I need to get that, especially in the Black community when it comes to rap videos, music videos, now reality TV shows, whatever these people is wearing, whatever they flaunting, you want it. You want the Gucci bag. You want whatever they got. The Balenciaga. What is some of that crap? What's some stuff that, when I grew up, it's Hilfiger, Polo. What is what else growing up? Hilfiger, Polo, Fubu was around. Gucci's always been around. What is another one? Louis Vuitton. Those has been around since like the 80s, I think. Like big in the Black community with the street hustlers. You know what I mean? But skip down to the racial minorities, and then I think I want you to do that one paragraph, and then we're done with this. Racial minorities.
Okay, so racial minorities on TV. Until the 1970s, the majority of the people who appeared on American television programs were Caucasian. Being white was presented as normal in all sorts of programs, including news, sports, entertainment, and advertising.
So being white, so when they presented white people, they was portrayed as being normal, like being that, white is all right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The few minorities that did appear in TV programs tended to be presented as stereotypes, generalized, usually negative images of a group of people. For instance, African-American actors often played roles as household servants, while Native Americans often appeared as warriors in Westerns.
So Black people played servants a lot of times, while Native American Indians played warriors in Westerns. You all know this to be true. But the point is that, this was about a week ago. Cat Williams in an interview, he was talking about how Black men, they asked him to put on a dress. And I said, well, I've been knowing this. I've been knowing this since like 2008 when, they was talking about Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle actually said, they tried to put him in a dress. And he said, well, I'm still funny without a dress. Why I got to put on a dress? And you hear this a lot. Then he talked about P. Diddy's parties. He talked about the things people have to do in order to get to a certain level. We've known this has happened. But I'm going to talk more about the image that sticks in your mind when you see our people on the silver screen. The image of a Black man being in a dress, emasculating Black men, making him look effeminate among the whole world. You're like, damn, like, why do you have to do that? Why can't they just be funny? There's not no Black women that can play the part.
Right.
Like Black people loved Medea. They loved Tyler Perry dressing up like an angry old Black woman and talking like an angry old Black woman. But you got to understand what the image did to our minds and people when they think of a Black man.
Right.
It weakened, our image. It weakened, who we are as a people. And then you have Black people that come up, Black men that come up and say, well, hell, I'm going to put on the dress. This is the easy way to go. Everybody that accepts it, they laugh. They think it's funny. You know what I mean? But the Lord didn't want that. Give me Deuteronomy 22:15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 15. Then shall a father of the damsel and her mother.
I like it. Is that what I want? I don't think it's 22 and 15. Salaki. Leviticus 22 and 15.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 22, verse 15.
22 and 5. Salakia. My bad.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 22 and 5. Or whosoever toucheth any creeping thing.
Is that 22 and 5?
Come on.
Salakia. Why am I getting this mixed up? Leviticus 22 and 5?
Come on.
Deuteronomy 22 and 5. So I'm like, why am I getting this mixed up?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
This is the thing. A lot of fake Israelites will tell women they can't wear pants. You know, they'll say like because of this precept you can't wear pants. This is not what it is talking about. Go ahead.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Now shall a man put on a woman's garment. Now, traditionally, we know that a woman wears a dress. A dress is what a woman wears. You know what I mean? There's no question about that. Now, this is the thing. If these brothers knew the law, statute, and commandments, they wouldn't be forced and put in a predicament where they have to put on a dress. Now, you're not very strong when you're in the world and they say, hey, I want you to put on this dress to do this scene. You don't really have a lot of strength behind you. But if you knew who you were and you knew that what God says that a man shouldn't put on a dress, then you would say, hell nah.
That's right.
I'm not putting on no dress. You understand? You would know to make the right decision. Many brothers don't know to make the right decisions because they're in the world and they're looking at success. They're looking at how much money they're going to make. They're looking at, oh, I got to take care of my family. I'm going to be able to put my mama in the house. They don't have the backing or the foundation of the law, statute, and commandments, but we do. So this is for brothers and sisters that think that this may be something that is okay. It is not okay for a man to ever put on something that a woman wears.
Right.
Read it from the top again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Now, a woman should not wear what pertaining to a man. I'm going to go back to what I started with. A lot of fake Israelites say that a woman should not wear pants. She should only wear dresses. That's not what this precept is saying. Read it from the top. Let me break it down slow.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Pertaineth unto a man. Pertaineth unto a man. I got to keep saying pertaineth unto a man. You have men pants and you have women pants.
Right.
You have pants that pertaineth unto a man. It's a little confusing nowadays because they have skinny jeans where if you fart, a bubble will roll down your leg as a man. Yeah, like the pants are so tight, you can't even put your leg up 3 inches. Can't hop a fence, can't do nothing in them pants. You know what I mean? But when it comes to pants, you have pants that pertain to a woman. A good example would be, because this is the question. If a woman can't wear pants, then what if she has a job that requires her to wear pants? She can't wear a dress everywhere. What if she works in the medical field? She has to wear pants. She has to wear scrubs. Then what? Oh, she got to lose out on money and quit her job because according to the Bible, according to fake Israelites, she's not supposed to wear pants. No, they don't understand the Bible.
Right.
There are pants that pertain to women, that pants that are made for women, and there are pants that are made for men. Simple. You understand? Drop that. Give me Psalms 1 and 1.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
What verse are you on?
Verse 2 now.
Give me verse 1 again.
Come on. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel.
That's Psalms 1 and 1.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinners.
I don't know if that's what I want. Salakia. That's not what I want. Give me 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. For time's sake, we're just going to rock with it. Salakia on that.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Yeah, go ahead.
I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
You got to put away those childish things. You can't go under the guise of being an actor and being a comedian to put on a damn dress. Now, when you was a child, it probably was funny. You probably thought nothing was wrong with it. But when you learn this truth, you realize like that is against God.
That's right.
For a man to dress like that. And what you see a lot of times on social media is that brothers, they go that route in order to be funny and go viral. They'll put on a wig and dress like a woman and say, you know what? Because people are laughing at me and it's funny, I'm going to do this. This is the type of comedy I'm going to do. When the Lord says don't do it for any of those reasons, don't do it at all. You can't do it and say, well, I gotta eat. I'm putting on this dress, man, because the rent gotta get paid. I would rather the rent not get paid than you put on a dress.
Right.
I would rather you go hungry than you put on a dress and go against what God said. You know what I mean? And look, not just go. First and foremost, go against what the Most High say, but then make all black men look weak.
Right.
By you putting on a dress. You know what I mean? Go ahead. So I can drop that. Give me Peter 5 and 8. No, give me Leviticus 18 and 22. So I can. Then I'll get Peter 5 and
8. 18. I'm sorry. 18.
What you say?
Sorry, you said 18.
Leviticus 18 and 22.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination.
Right. So this is the thing. If you got to make it, if that's your way to make it in Hollywood, if that's what they're asking you to do, you know, they talk about these P. Diddy parties. They talk about the things that you got to do. Beware of the things you got to do. You know what I mean? And our brothers fall victim to that, unfortunately, right? But the Bible says you can't be a sodomite. You can't be a sodomite and say you love God or you follow God or the Lord is with you. The Lord ain't with you. Satan is with you in your career.
Right.
Your career is built off the wiles and the beguile of Satan.
Right.
You understand? You go into that world of Hollywood, that world is built off of the so-called Jewish man, and the Lord knows what. I don't know who's up. I know the Jewish man, he created Hollywood. He's the one that founded Hollywood. But God knows what is going on behind the scenes with black men in Hollywood. But if that's what you want to do, just beware. That's what you got to do. And the Lord is against it. You're going to have to do some of those. You're going to have to do something strange for a little bit of change. Straight up and down. We done heard enough grown black men come out and say, this is what's happening.
Right.
It's time for all the games to stop. If you want to be successful, cool. Do be independent. But if you want to go to them, the Hollywood route, the studio route and all that, those are things you got to do. And this is what the Lord said about it. Give me that one more time.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination.
You lie with a man like you would lie with a woman, that's an abomination.
Right.
A lot of these brothers walking around destroyed, high on every drug you can think of because of the acts that they have done behind the scenes in order to get roles.
Right.
You know what I mean? Beware, Israel, of wolves in sheep clothing. All money ain't good money. And everything that glitter ain't no damn gold.
Right.
Give me Peter 5 and 8. Peter 5 and 8. First Peter, so I can. First Peter.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about.
So
seeking,
so I can go ahead and finish it.
Seeking whom he may devour.
So the Bible is telling you to be sober, be vigilant, always be on point, looking at things, being circumspect, observing things, like second guessing things.
Right.
That's what it means. That you want to second guess everything. You want to be vigilant because the devil is looking. How can he destroy you?
Right.
How can he take you down? You are in this truth. You understand who you are. You're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. But the devil, if he understands, like if you want the fame and the fortune, you're going to have to go do this, and the Lord won't be with you. If you want to be blessed, the devil knows that, well, if you eat pork, the Lord is not going to be with you.
Right.
The devil knows what the things you will do that the Lord and the angels won't be on your side. So you have to be sober and vigilant and always prepared and ready for the challenge.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, you're going to get challenged every day. You're going to get challenged all the time. You're going to get tempted all the time. When you come into this truth, it doesn't get easier.
Right.
It doesn't magically, you're not magically in a place where no one can touch you, or you don't have hard times, or you don't go through ups and downs, or 1 minute, you feeling like, what am I doing this for? You have those times. You have them even more than regular people. And so you have to be on point. Read it one more time.
Come on, God. The book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
The devil is always on the prowl looking who he can devour.
Right.
So I'm going to just tell brothers and sisters, stay strong, stay prayed up. I don't mean to sound Christian, but you face that east, you pray to the Lord. If you feel like you need counsel, you call and you get counsel and you do what you got to do, and you have no goddamn excuses. With that, this is the class. Let's clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Thank you for rocking with me. Let me just shout out to everybody that was up in the class. Let me shout out to Trooper Kodash, Olivia Arnold, Halak Ban, Yashikar, Kalmaz Baf, Davion Perchu. What's up, Davion? Sawat Ban God, Officer Matabar in the house, Sister Baratha Nawa. Let me see. Las Vegas Israelites was in there. Let me see. Young Man D, Sister Kasala UPK. And yeah, we're up out of here. Shalom, Israel. We'll see you next Wednesday. We'll be in the building. Bring something heavy. I wanted to get into I seen an interview with Dr. Umar Johnson where he was talking about we are not Israelites. Everybody is not Israelites. Not all Africans are Israelites. Correcting a brother that is a fake Israelite trying to battle him. And I was just saying, man, I wish he could have sit down with Captain Tazariak. But in the video, I admit that I went in there. I said, I wish I would have been in that room. And I can definitely clarify how Israelites were in West Africa. And we are not Egyptians, to Dr. Umar Johnson. So definitely I will be going into that lane next week. That will probably not be who knows between now and then what will come out in the world, what current event will come out. Hell, Lord willing, we don't even know if World War III hit and Christ will return at that time. But until then, I'll see y'all later. We got our warrior in the house. We got young man Avon in the house. We got young man Jeremiah in the house. And we up out of here. Shalom, Israel. Clap it up.